Okay, so there's been no garage time for the last few weeks. Just with summer holidays and the kids home and some other things popping up, I just haven't had the time. Partially thanks to this one. This took a bit of work to get this through last MOT. And, well, it wasn't just that, the garage didn't have time either, so I was waiting on appointments. So, just after got MOT'd, the misfire came back. So, waiting on a few things to come through to get this sorted. So, this has been my daily. Yeah, I was hoping to get this bumper painted, but I'm sick of it looking like a baboon's arse. But with it being my daily at the moment, I haven't got the time to take it off the road. With that said, since I'm using this as a daily and I need the back seats, I need to get these seats sorted, because that was enough to get it through MOT, but it's not good. And the driver's seat at some point just stopped tilting, so I think there's a problem with the cables. They don't look like they snapped, but they might have stretched or something, and it just not get enough pull to release it. So with that said, I've bought a set of two sets of cables and both handles. This cable's good, but might not last, so I'll have one spare. And the handle on that side's good, but once I remove it I might break it. So in theory, cut this off now, and the handle should just press in. You can see the clips where the latch is in, and that bit just grabs the cable, so it just pushes on. Famous last words. So that's the cable tie removed, and I've lined up the cable ready to take the clip. So when this presses on, that automatically grabs onto there. And even though these do look very similar, these are sided. So I'm going to hand you the little L there for left. So let's give this a go. Probably going to need two hands for this though. We want to line those top and bottom there, and just push it on. So it did go on. You just need a bit of a smack. So working all good. The only thing I don't like at the moment is that's not springing back. So I'll have to look into that. So I don't know whether there's something up here or whether the cables need a bit of penetrant. I don't know. So she's on. She just needed a bit of a smack. I thought it just pushed him, but you needed to give it a good shove. So it's all working now. The only thing I don't like is that's not springing back. But it is latching properly, it is unlatching properly. So I'll look into that. I don't know whether it's something this end. Don't think so. These handles do spring properly. So presumably it just needs some greasing or something at the latches on the seats. I'll look into that. But I'm going to move on with this done. I'm going to move on to the other side now. So you can see on the driver's side, our handle works, and it seems to be operating that side. Seems to be operating that side as well, but you can see there's a bend in the cable. So yeah, I can't figure out if it's the cable or the mechanism, but that cable looks straight, and because of that bend I'm wondering if it's just stretched. So to get a good look at this, seat base needs to come off, and to do that I need to remove the whole seat, so because I need to be able to get underneath. So there's 4 T50 bolts, a couple at the back there. So pop your seat out now, take this base off and see what I'm working with. Okay, with the bolts out, you can lift the seat. Don't yank it, because there is electrical connector under there. This one, I think you just squeeze those bits in, yeah, and that just pulls out. So, just position the camera a minute. And you can see there's what looks like 10mm bolts. 2 at the front and maybe a couple at the back. So I'm going to take this out of the car now and remove the seat base. Might give me an idea of why there's a gap there as well, because there's one on the passenger seat. Okay, so it turns out there's only the 2 front bolts. One set out, angle it that way, and that lifts off that rear bar. So let's go into there. Either way, then that gives me good access to these latches. So I'm going to tip this up now. Okay, so that's doing his job on that side, but he's doing absolutely nothing. Right, so I took a bit of time off camera just to figure out what goes where. And the problem I was having with this was that kind of all over the place. Like I was nice and snug, so it was a good distance, good draw. But that wasn't really, when you're pulling the cable, it's not pulling against anything. Then I realised this cable should be latched onto there. So let me put the camera down a sec. Okay, so just needed 2 hands to do this. So not only did it fit into that groove there, there's a hole behind. There's a clip on the cable. I'll probably show you on the new one. So that fits into a hole, that clips in. And then that recessed bit fits into that plastic, I don't know what you call it, some sort of holder. So with that done, seat works. So it's a bit of a good news, bad news thing. And, you know, good news, I don't have to do much work. Bad news, it doesn't make for a very good video. So I was hoping to change the cable on this one. So there's other videos out there, but essentially what you do, you have to remove the handle. So okay, if I get a new one, so you can see there's 2 plastic bits. You've got to try and lever. So the way I've done it in the past, put a flat screwdriver down there and just gently massage it down and that way, and do a top and then a bottom that pops off. So with the cable, the trickiest part, and I think on the more modern Fiestas, you can actually remove the material from the back. But with this one, that's just running through the seat. So what you have to do is on the ends, on the old one, tie a bit of string, get it behind there so it doesn't come off, do it both sides, pull the cable up from the top until the string comes out and tie it. Tie the new one, tie the string onto the new cable, and then just pull it back through, and then that'll guide its way through the seat back. And then it's just a case of putting those bits into the holes there, putting the plastic clips on and putting the new handle back on. Just double check this is actually working. Yep, so I need to get that back in the car now. So I very quickly popped the passenger seat out to have a look at the mechanisms, and everything's working as it should. So there's still a bit of a, well, it's kind of doing it. Well, it's better than it was. No, not always. Okay, so I can live with that as serviceable. So I think my main issue was if someone's in the back seat and God forbid the worst happens and they need to get out, they can now do that easily. So they can do that with my cable tie. Try that? No, yeah, kind of. So I think the issue there, it's not so much the mechanism and the seat, it's I'd say it was probably the cable not moving easily enough in the outer. So what I might do, I've squirted some WD-40, but I might squirt some grease down there, see if I can somehow get it down the tube. Otherwise I think I'm okay with that. And the other side's back in properly, and a bit of an idiot moment, but the gap was merely the height adjustment. I didn't even realise this car either. So yeah, that's all working. There it goes, got 2 working seats, 90% anyway.